when you have a problem, you sit there, you figure it out. But I'm telling you, you that have a relationship with the Lord, you don't have to sit there with your problem and let it overwhelm you in your mind. What you can do is ask God for help. God sees you, He knows the situation, and He has a strategy and a plan to help you be victorious in the situation, to bring you out victoriously. But we need to ask. It was so good in the story in 2 Kings 19. King Assyria decided to go against the nation of Israel. And he told the whole nation, and he said, don't even believe that your God will save you. We have been victorious over all of our battles, and your God is not going to save you. I don't care what your prophets say. So the people were afraid, and the king at the time was King Hezekiah. And King Hezekiah went before the Lord. He got his prophets, and they went before the Lord, and they asked God for help. It is so important because God knew the situation. God was going to defend His name and His nation. But we needed to ask. We can't just assume that God sees and He's going to handle it, or that we should come up with a plan and ask God to anoint the plan that we come up with to solve the problem. It's important to involve God and depend on Him. Our submission reveals our humility when we ask. We release and we put ourselves in a position to receive the wisdom and knowledge that we need from God, the guidance that we need to God, the defense that we need from God. So in 2 Kings 19, it was so awesome that God said, I will defend Israel. And He said, you won't have to pick up a sword or a shield. And He said, I'll take care of the king of Assyria who blaspheme against my name, who comes against me thinking that he can beat me. I'm the one that gave him the victories over my enemies and defeating those nations. But how dare he come against my name? And I will defend Israel. And Israel didn't even have to fight in the battle. God just sent the angel through their camp, and 185,000 lives were lost. What am I saying? It is important to ask God for the wisdom and the help that you need. You don't have to be overwhelmed with the panic and the anxiety of how you're going to solve this problem, how you're going to get through it. No, you ask God for help. Ask and believe. Believe without wavering. In James chapter 1, God says, look, when you ask and believe, don't waver. Don't be like the waves of the ocean that's tossed to and fro by the wind. He said, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So when you say, Yanni, what are you saying? I'm saying that when there is doubt in your heart, when you ask God for help, when you ask God for wisdom, Matthew 7 says, ask and you shall receive. But in James chapter 1 and in James chapter 4, it says, yes, ask, but ask in faith. And then in James chapter 4, it said, yes, ask, but make sure your motives are pure. And I want to tell you, ask, but make sure that you have a relationship with the Lord. This is so vital because God is not a genie lamp. He's not a make-a-wish. No, He needs a relationship with you. He desires a relationship with you. He uses problems to get your attention, to have a relationship with you. He also uses problems to show you that His power through you will cause you to be victorious amongst the things that seem most impossible, because nothing is impossible for God. So when you ask in faith, you ask with a pit bull faith that does not waver, does not shaken. You believe, you stand 2 feet in and know in worship will help you focus and see the greatness of God. You have to really be intentional about believing God in what you ask for in order to receive from Him. Because He said, if you have doubt or if you waver back and forth, you ask and then you take back the problem. You ask and then you take back the problem. He said, you're not able to receive from me. You're not going to be able to receive. So I want to encourage you to just involve God in every area of your life. Love Him with all your heart, mind, soul, and spirit. Believe that He is able, because there is nothing impossible for God. No one is stronger than God. No enemy in your life can defeat your God. So you can have confidence in God. And when you do ask, be sure, steady and sure, so that you are able to receive. Ask in faith. A double-minded man going back and forth can't receive from the Lord. And that your asking is your humility that puts you in a position to receive. Because when you have a relationship with the Lord, God is faithful to you and God is on your side. So I want to encourage you to just ask for help.